Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rafe Aleem with Realtor Café. I hope you guys are doing just fine. We are back with yet another episode of real estate tips and tricks where we help you navigate through the current real estate market. Updates of these days. Obviously, we've got Blue Jays in the World Series, which is a final. And what a great dream run that they're having. Nobody gave them a chance in the playoffs, but all of a sudden we find ourselves in the finals. First, we kicked out Yankees. That was a big feat in itself, and that nobody gave us a chance to, but we did. So congrats to Jays on that one. And then the Blue Jays brushed off Seattle, which was also a miraculous thing. Again, nobody really giving them any credit whatsoever to be able to do that. So now we're facing LA Dodgers in the finals, and it's crazy. It's obviously a 7-game series, and it's a 1-1 tied. So it's all squared up so far. Currently, as we're doing this show, the game is going on live, and Jays find themselves up 4-2, which is exciting times for all the not only Toronto fans, Ontario fans, but also fans all over Canada, because we've got one baseball team, and for them to make it to the finals is a big feat in itself. Even our Prime Minister Mark Carney has tweeted about it and talked about it. That the Blue Jays are in the World Series final. So best of wishes to them. Good luck to them, and we just hope that they're able to clinch off another victory tonight and to make them come back hopefully for a Game 6, home game, and maybe clinch it off then. So fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. But exciting times ahead. So good on all the Blue Jays support. Players, the staff, everybody associated with that. It's just a tremendous feat altogether. Just making it to the finals, the World Championship, World Series is just a big thing in itself. So good on them for doing that. So wanted to get the positives out of the way, because obviously real estate is still a little bit in a limbo as we currently stand. Not a lot of development happening in terms of either market picking up or having us come and have interest rates drop very low, so maybe activity starting to happen. If anything, things have kind of worsened with the Canada-US economic trade. Without getting too much into the detail, the political aspect of things, but obviously some of the trade talks have just been kind of put off for a little bit, which means that there is more uncertainty. So obviously uncertainty, as we know, leads to economic, a bit of a downfall. More so people just not, having certainty about certain thing. People kind of know, okay, this is what's coming, and this is how we need to prep ourselves. And, that still has some confidence in the market. But when we have uncertainty as buyers, they don't know if it's a good time to go on a vacation, if it's the right time to upsize in your house. People try to avoid any unnecessary sort of expenditures. So even if you go into a regular grocery store, and I'm obviously dumbing this down as much as possible, it's just so that we can just kind of understand what's happening in the market right now. You go into walk stores, not a lot of renovation projects are taking place. It's kind of a bit of a dead zone in Home Depot or Rona and whatnot. Not a lot of that stuff taking place. There's not a lot of luxurious things being put in. It's just maybe people are putting in their basement apartments per se, which obviously would generate income for them. But when it comes to buying new cars or going on extravagant trips or whatever, people are just staying put for the time being. They just want to see where things are gonna lead to, and where these U.S. and Canada trade talks will end up. And if the interest rates maybe come down, maybe that will increase some activity into the market. But our prediction is, and as we see it so far panning out. There's not much going on, right? Like it's more or less kind of staying pretty status quo. And again, as I say, winter's coming, which means that we have to be very careful as a seller to strategize really well. Maybe this is might be your time. End of October, maybe beginning of November, to do whatever you can do to kind of get your property out the door, because we're presuming December, January to be relatively quieter. Obviously, come December time, especially after the first week, Christmas holiday season starts, and there's not a lot of buyers that are coming out looking for homes. Obviously, why would you? You're in the festive sort of a mood, so obviously don't want to be going out and looking for a home. Obviously you want to spend time with your family, not worry too much about what's happening in the market and the numbers aspect of it and things like that, and going for showings and whatnot. So that being said, as a buyer, great time. I was just sitting with a buyer yesterday, and that's what I was telling him. He's a first time home buyer. He's renting at the moment. He's got some really good savings, which is great for him. So I was like, hey man, like you do have a lot of savings, and I don't know why you're not getting into the market. You really should. And especially in this market, like A, the market is really low. B, the winter's also coming, so that's gonna like bring it rock bottom kind of a prices. So maybe it's a good time. And he was reluctant, obviously, just again, uncertainty, like that's just kind of what kills the market a little bit. But I just said, hey, listen, you know what? It doesn't have to be a full blown approach of, hey, I want to go ahead and start looking for a unit to buy. Just go out like on a Saturday, go check out 4 or 5 homes. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Don't have any sort of mindset like that. Just go out, just kind of put yourself out there, and see what happens in the market. And that's just maybe from 0 to 100%, which is like you want to get to the 100%. Maybe you maybe are at like 10% right now, right? And maybe looking at some homes over the weekend and things like that. Maybe in a couple of months, you get to 40 or 50%, right? So it's just getting you closer and closer to your goal, and that's what's important, right? So that's what we obviously advise people to do. Just get out there, just start looking, right? And even if you don't do anything, right? Like even if you don't do anything this year or early next year or whatever, right? It's okay. Like it's just getting out there. Maybe you'll pick up some good DIY ideas for yourself to do. Maybe that could be a small little project that you could do over the Christmas holidays. When obviously the snow is just sitting out there and there's really not much to do, then that could be something as well. But there's different things that you can pick up from when you actually go out and really start to understand the market. For investors, same thing. Go out, just keep looking at properties, because here's the thing, right? Real estate kind of moves in cycles. So if you're kind of seeing, hey, you know what, I went out, I checked out this property 2 weeks ago, it's sold now, it was listed for this much, it's sold for this much. What is the upside potential? What if the market bounced back maybe 10%, 20%? What kind of appreciation I'd be looking at, right? Is it worth it? Is it a good time? Am I getting financing rates right? Is it cheaper to borrow right now? Should I wait another couple of months? Things like that. But obviously you're gonna get into that opportunity if you're actually getting in and doing your homework. So let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about real estate. See you guys then.
Welcome to High Design Homes. From Winnipeg to Toronto, we're proud to introduce our world-class interior design solutions to a brand new Mississauga location. Our marble decor sheets transform walls and bathrooms with elegance in every detail. Waterproof, heat-proof, and scratch-resistant, they combine timeless luxury with everyday durability. Explore our WPC louvers and acoustic panels designed to add depth texture, and sound comfort to any space. Available in a wide variety of modern finishes. Complete your space with luxe home decor, mirrors, accents, and accessories that bring timeless design and a modern touch. We also specialize in nanostone, artificial gardens, wallpapers, 3D partitions, backsplashes, LED profiles, customized mandirs, HD stone, and modern fireplaces. From statement walls to sacred spaces, High Design Homes is your destination for style, durability, and luxury that lasts. Visit us at Unit number 7, 1195 Myerside Drive, Mississauga. High Design Homes, curated luxury, inspired interiors.
Muslim Welfare Canada has made a concerted effort to lead the fight against child labor, poverty, and illiteracy in third world countries through the generous support of our donors. Both girls and boys receive free, good quality education. Help educate a needy child for just $1 a day or $30 per month. Donate generously. Call 1-866-754-3111 or visit mwcanada.org.
Pervez phone for 162309366.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is Rafe Aleem with Realtor Café. Hope you guys are doing just fine. I had a great break. Coming back, obviously, just want to talk about our advertising opportunities that you get on our channel, Voice of Toronto, which is widely, seen over IPTV and different social media platforms. We get a lot of viewership, and this is your chance, especially for small business owners. If you want to go ahead, you want to advertise your business. There's a lot of foot traffic that's on the channel, and you can get yourself out there to a lot of people faster and most effectively by advertising with us. So it's very easy. You just get in touch with us. You either call me or just call the number that's on your screen, and we'd be more than happy to help you, guide you in the right direction to make an ad, how frequently you want it to run, and any promotional sort of activities that we can do to elevate your business. Would be more than happy in getting that started for you. So obviously the initiatives and the incentives are all there. All you have to do is get in touch with us, and we'd be more than happy to guide you in the right direction. So coming back to real estate, so what's happening currently in the real estate market? Month over month, we've kind of seen a bit of a price comeback, but year over year has still been very. It's been low, and it's probably going to be like this going into the end, or relatively, we are in the last quarter of 2025, but then early 2026, we're probably going to see a similar sort of a trend. There's just influx number of listings that are on the market, which gives a lot of choices to the buyers, and buyers coming to negotiate, and if there's not a lot of traction on a house, and potentially that's the only buyer that you're kind of finding that's interested in your house, then you only have a couple of options, which is A, to take their sort of lower offer, or just hold the house and wait for the market to get better, or perhaps like upgrade the house or stage it or make it look better, and then put it back in the market again. But as a buyer, obviously you hold pretty much all the cards in your hands, and people are lowballing some of the properties, and once they see that nothing's really happened on the property, is not really being sold, then they don't really increase the bid and they just kind of walk away, and then maybe try it after like 2 or 3 weeks and just go maybe a little bit higher and see if the seller who was obviously, which is kind of desperate to sell the property, will take their very incrementally increased bid. So that's what's going on, but it's not just limited to buyers itself. This is also happening with tenants as well. Obviously, in the condo market, Toronto, GTA market, there's just an influx of condos that are just out there. There's a lot of landlords that are just hoping to get good tenants, and there's just not a lot of people looking for condos at the moment to rent out. Obviously, you have your different areas that are doing just fine, but especially with a highly dense areas that have a lot of inventory, that have four towers that are just like not even a kilometer away from each other. They're having just a lot of inventory, and people are just, there's even some instances where people are actually in downtown Toronto. Landlords are giving a $200 gift card so that somebody comes and takes their property. Mississauga, especially Milton, people, and I know obviously some investors are fine. They're okay with leaving their properties, vacant for 2, 3, or 4 months. They rather just find like that perfect tenant. But I don't know. I don't know when it's too much for an investor to be like, hey, you know what? Okay, fine. We've spent about 3 or 4 months on the MLS, and we're really not getting the ideal tenant. So maybe it's either time to change the monthly rental rate to something maybe a bit more affordable, or be a bit more lenient with the clauses and things like that. Obviously the stricter the landlords are, the tenants are kind of shying away because they have an option now. Before, I know, like, some of the landlords will just have like pages and pages of appendix of clauses, and back in the day, because it was just so fast, market moving so quickly, tenants were like, okay, whatever, like, we'll just abide with all of them, and hopefully nothing really bad happens, and would be okay. But now, once the landlords are just putting out those bunch of clauses out there, tenants are saying no. Like, we're not gonna abide by that, and that's not something that we will agree to. And they're just moving on to the next floor, the next building. Maybe 5 kilometers away from that building, because there's just obviously so many more options that are available. So even as tenants and rental is concerned, obviously the buyers, the tenants are the ones that are kind of holding the purchasing power at the moment. Obviously not true for houses per se, townhouses and semi-detaches, even detached homes. That still demand is pretty high. It's not like rentals just completely died, obviously. Condo, we kind of see it because, if you put it in a perspective, right? There's some people that wanted townhouses back in the day, but they just wouldn't get it because of competition, because maybe their profile wasn't the greatest or whatever. So they're like, okay, fine, we'll move into a condo. And now they're saying, okay, well, because the townhouses have an ability, like they have a capacity for them to take us, let's just go $200 or $300, $400 more, and buy or get yourself a rental townhouse instead. So that's kind of what's happening. It's a little bit shaky, but big announcement coming in just 2 days. On October 29th, we have another rate announcement that's going to come from Bank of Canada. So let's see what happens in that. Obviously some organizations are pointing towards another rate cut, and especially with the U.S., the Canada-U.S. in uncertainty again with the trade talks, maybe that will maybe push the Feds to give us another 0.25% rate cut. Either it could be in October or it could be in December, but definitely there would be one or two of them coming till next year, March. So that's kind of what we're looking at based off of the information and all the banks and organizations that we've got analyzing the data for us. So that's kind of what we had for today. I hope you guys got some information And obviously, just give us a call if you have any more questions or comments or anything like that you wanted to share with us. And on the last note, obviously, support Blue Jays because they're about to do something miraculous, and all our support and wishes are with them. And hopefully, they can close out this game 3. And all the best for the next game. This is Rafe Aleem signing off at Realtor's Café. See you guys next week. Take care. Bye.